better. I think this is better. I got Facebook up here and it's on a delay, so let's wait a few seconds here. Yep. All right. Yep. We are good to go. We are good to go. I apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. I hope for those that, and big shout out to Jeff. Thank you for letting me know that was all fucked up because it was. And I went to the bathroom prior to this, so I should have taken care of that. But yeah. Let's continue talking about the Super Bowl, ladies and gentlemen, because let me put something here. Just do this. Yeah, Jeff, thank you for that. Thank you for that shout out. Let me know if it is all goofed up again, but I have a feeling I think I got it right. But yeah, let's get back into the Super Bowl. Shanahan just went away from the run. I mean, I don't understand it. And the whole thing just blows my mind. And for those of you that obviously couldn't hear me, I'll bring this tweet back up. This is from Gabe Morency. I will hit on tonight's show. Shanahan cost them again. I don't know how he thinks that the best way to protect leads are by throwing the ball. Had lead at half in third quarter, threw 8 times, ran once, got 0 first downs. That's on him. Now, on the complete flip side, you could say that the Chiefs' defense just kind of stepped up. I mean, maybe we're thinking about this the wrong way. Maybe for all of those that want to hate and just throw shade on Shanahan, maybe it's the Chiefs' defense. Maybe it was Spags and that defense, and maybe and if that's the case, was Shanahan totally outcoached? Yes. As a matter of fact, he was. But not that one. This one. Field Yates tweeted, Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo is now the first offensive or defensive coordinator in NFL history to win 4 Super Bowls. One of the best big game coaches of all time. And ironically enough, ladies and gentlemen, is that as good as this guy is, he gets zero head coaching now. No one even thought about it. And could you attest to it being, they were in the Super Bowl? Yeah, a little bit. But even then, we've seen teams kind of hold out and kind of have their guy in place. And, but yeah, it's weird to think that a guy which is great for the Chiefs, because they keep their coaching staff in place. And if that's the case, I mean, I would keep on rolling it, guys. Keep on rolling it. Whatever you've got going seems to be working. And now I think going into last year, we were all kind of wondering how this Chiefs team, or the offense in particular, would respond with Bieniemy leaving and going to the Commanders. And if you look at that Commander situation, it was not the offensive side of the ball that was the problem. It was the whole team was just a mess. But all in all, I mean, it's not like his Bieniemy's value went down by any means. But I honestly think that, yeah, getting to the Super Bowl and especially winning it has a whole lot to do with keeping your coaching staff together. So kudos to Andy Reid and that staff. But kind of getting back to not only my point, but a bunch of other people's points when it comes to this is you have Christian McCaffrey was not even, it seems like, an option until the fourth quarter. The second and third quarter, it seemed like he was non-existent. And for those of you that had the over on a lot of his stuff, we're kind of shaking in your boots. Now, when it comes to the anytime touchdown score, that got out of the way really, really quick. And so, yeah, the whole, coming from the 49ers side, the whole thing just kind of confused me. And you can't say it's a lack of preparation because they had a whole extra week. So let's just throw that completely out of the mix. And if that is the case, then maybe Shanahan isn't as good as we thought. And now we're seeing the Shanahan tree. Those coaches are kind of taking the lead as to the success of their teams as compared to Shanahan. Or maybe they're getting close to it. So what are they doing that he isn't? Because supposedly, they're all, if you remember back, it seems like anyone who had a cup of coffee with Kyle Shanahan was getting either a coordinator job, head coaching job. I mean, we all kind of ran that narrative when LaFleur was hired in Green Bay. It's like, who the hell is this guy? And what has he done? And now, granted, done a very good job everywhere he's been. So that was on us for not knowing who he was. It has nothing to do with his lack of skill or lack of just overall coaching ability. But man, the whole thing, it was just really, really weird. And I guess, congrats to the Kansas City Chiefs. And congrats to Travis Kelce for becoming the first podcaster to win back-to-back Super Bowls. Back-to-back Super Bowls. So congratulations, Trav. Congratulations. Do I have I do have one other thing here. And this is a tweet from Big Cat over at Pardon My Take. And this is from Neil Payne. He says, this is insane. It reads Mahomes. Since 2001, there have been 125 drives in the NFL postseason where it was at least the fourth quarter. There was under a minute left to play, and the teams on offense trailed by 7 points or fewer at the start. These are your standard clutch moments for a football team, the do-or-die drives that win and lose critical games. Out of those 125 drives, only 40% of the time saw the team on offense pull off the magic trick and get the points they needed. Some quarterbacks are pretty good at it, such as Tom Brady, who went 5 for 11, 46%, or Drew Brees, who went 3 for 6, 50%. Only Patrick Mahomes, though, is 7 for 7 or perfect in those dire situations. Let me read that last little tidbit again. Tom Brady went 5 for 11. Drew Brees went 3 for 6. Patrick Mahomes is 7 for 7. 7 for 7. Ladies and gentlemen, that is probably the most insane stat that I read the entire time. This whole Super Bowl. I mean, granted, the last two shows, we kind of did a side-by-side of where after their sixth season, Mahomes v. Brady and how they stacked up. But man, oh man, that stat right there is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And if you guys want a copy of that, let me know, and I'll shoot you over a screenshot of it. Excuse me. But yeah, it just blows my mind. The whole, like, how there's so many more questions that I have that need to be answered, but they're not going to be answered for some time, if at all. Because now we're staring down the potential of a back-to-back-to-back Super Bowl champion, which hasn't been done. And the back-to-back hasn't been done in almost 20 years. And the vast majority of this team is coming back. So is it safe to say that now Vegas views the 49ers as the betting favorite as of right now? But I'm officially on the how can I can't fade Patrick Mahomes. I can't, and I won't. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. And to be honest, 2K Crew, that was the only bet that I had hit. Was I took the Chiefs plus 2.5. Now, if Travis Kelce scores a touchdown, I got a pretty big parlay that's gonna hit. If Isaiah Pacheco, I believe it was Pacheco. If he scores, pretty big parlay hits. Pretty big parlay hits. But yeah, that was the only one that hit. It was the only one that hit. Well, that's all right. That's why they call it betting. All right, so yeah, Turbo's pick for next year, Chiefs. Chiefs again. Go ahead and lay the money right now. Put it on a futures bet. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It really is. Let's jump into some college hoops here. I will be the first to admit I have not watched a ton of college hoops this year so far, but I have a feeling that's going to change because we are getting into March Madness season, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, so let's check the top 25 here. We got UConn sitting at the top, number 1. Purdue number 2, Houston 3, Marquette 4. Just to highlight some other ones, Kansas 6, North Carolina 7, Duke 9. There are two obvious omissions from this list, which is Michigan and Michigan State, which we'll wait till 2Ks gets back before we can talk about Michigan basketball because that is that's not pretty. That is not pretty over there. Not pretty. But yeah, it seems to me like, okay, first of all, how old is this Edey kid? It seems like he's one of those white dudes from Michigan State that has played 8 years. Now, I understand that basketball players probably get the same COVID year as the football players, maybe. But man, it seems like because he was a badass last year. He was okay the year before. So I believe this is his senior year. I mean, it's got to be. It's got to be his senior year. If not, man, oh man, this dude looks like he's 35. He is about 8 foot tall. And how he isn't good, I don't know. But when it comes tournament time, man, I just have a hard time picking Purdue. I really do. I have a hard time picking Purdue. And is that going to change this year? I don't know. It seems to me like in the tournament, you want to find a team that shoots a lot of threes and is good at shooting threes. But then again, we've seen too, live by the 3, die by the 3. If you have a cold quarter or cold game, then tournament time is one and done. So do you really want to put all your eggs in the 3-point basket? Literally and figuratively? I mean, we've seen it work. And it does seem like there's a lot of elder statesmen in this crew. I mean, and for the most part, it's weird to see like there isn't a there isn't a team that's running away with this yet again. And I don't know. I'm probably talking out of school here, but maybe it's the transfer portal and NIL is kind of, I'm not going to say infiltrating college basketball because it's been here. It has. But is it kind of leveling the playing field a little bit? I mean, yes, we've seen some iconic coaches retiring, Coach K, and so we're seeing Duke kind of not be the Coach K powerhouse that they once were, but to sit at number 9 at 18-5. I mean, it's just weird to see a Duke team with 5 losses. But we're seeing teams like Marquette and Kansas with 5 losses, North Carolina with 5 losses, Tennessee with 6 losses. So it seems like there is a little bit more even playing field, and we're not seeing a team run away with it, which is kind of cool. But we're only seeing 2 teams get votes to be the number 1 team in UConn and Purdue. UConn getting 45 and Purdue getting 16. And if you look at the coaches poll, UConn has 24 first place votes. Purdue has 8. So let me know, 2K Crew, your kind of sneaky dark horse that you're keeping your eye on for March Madness. Because 2K Crew, I'm ready. I am ready. I'm not going to say I'm down to betting on college baseball, but I'm actually not doing too bad at it either. Let me check my book here. I hit a three game parlay yesterday, and with a quick plus 250. But yeah, let's check here. Okay, those games are tomorrow. But yeah, I'm ready. I don't know about you all, but I'm ready. This is one of my favorite times of the year. Yes, we do have a little bit of kind of lull, let's be honest. A little lull between, the height, the creme de la creme of the football season until the tournament starts. So that is always the kind of odd time of the year because, as we see, does the regular season count for a whole lot in college basketball? Absolutely. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you it doesn't. But to get in, it seems like there's a lot more losses to go around and still get in the tournament. So maybe when it comes to conference tournament, it's that always heats up. That always heats up. And yes, before anyone asks, we are definitely doing the Turbo and 2K Crew bracket challenge again. So keep an eye on that. I will post it over in the Facebook group, facebook.com/group/2K Crew. We will be getting, once that is announced and everyone gets rolling on that, same thing as before, $10 get you 3 brackets. So kind of keep an eye on that. And yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited, as you can tell. Let's see what this one has to say here. All right. Yep, from what I'm reading here, 2K Crew, it looks like the UConn Huskies are your 2024 March Madness champion. But we all know how that goes. It is always a crapshoot once we get into the big dance. So I'm really excited to kind of dive a little bit more in depth in that. We will not have a top 5 tonight because, like I said, 2Ks is not here. But yes, we will be breaking down moving forward. Obviously, at some point we're going to have to talk about baseball free agency. We're getting into the combine and the draft and all that other stuff with the NFL. So we've got plenty of content coming, ladies and gentlemen. So don't you fret. Don't you fret at all. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some folks in here that chat us up a little bit more about these topics. And before I get out of here, since the audio was kind of garbled, I did want to put this back up here. Congratulations to Sam Adams, our own Sam Adams, girls wrestling coach of the year for the region that Marcellus is in. Always been a big fan of yours, my man. Always been a big fan of what you stand for and your integrity and hard work. And I know your passion for this sport is, unrivaled. And you can tell with your athletes have the same type of mentality and the same type of drive and intensity as you do. So awesome accomplishment. Couldn't go to a better person as well as a better coach. So to that, Mr. Adams, my hat is off to you. Congrats. And I do believe you do have 2 state qualifiers. So coach them up, big guy. And for those athletes that did get the nod to state, best of luck. Bring home a ship. And yeah, I can't wait to kind of see where that is moving forward. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. We will be back better than ever next week. 2Ks will be back in the saddle, back in the studio. So yeah, we'll be doing that thing again next week. So everyone have a great week, and as always, Jim Rome, we're coming for you.